Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my part 1 of my makeup collection series. So many of you guys have been asking me to film my makeup collection, but I was very skeptical about filming it because I have so many makeup products. I was not sure how to go about with it, but now that I have decided to show you all of my makeup collection, I'm going to divide it in categories. I'm going to show you all the categories in different videos, drugstore ones differently and high-end ones differently, and I'll show you all of my drugstore makeup first and then I'll go in with my high-end makeup. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys all of my blushes from the drugstore. Just a quick disclaimer, this video is not to show off and I do not get anything in PR yet. All of this makeup I have purchased myself over the years, and you know I'm obsessed with makeup. I love collecting makeup, so this is just my obsession with makeup. And let's get started with today's video. And before that, if you have not subscribed to my channel already, please do like and share my videos, and let's get started with today's video. And yes, this makeup look I have also filmed. This look will be coming up on my channel next, so please stay tuned to find out how I did this beautiful makeup look cohesive with my nails. And let's get started with today's video. And hello guys, these are all of my drugstore blushes. I have categorized them in 3 categories. These are all of the blush palettes that I have. These are all of the cream and liquid blushes, and these are all of my powder blushes. I counted them. They are a total of 33, which I know is a bit too excess, but since I'm a makeup lover, I'm a makeup collector, this is my work and I love to collect makeup. I'm not a minimalist by any means. I'm not going to declutter anything, and this video is just about my makeup collection. This is not a declutter video. I'm going to keep each and everything I'm going to show you today. And let's get started with my drugstore blush collection. I'll start with my palettes first. This first palette is my Morphe blush palette in the shade 8W. This is what it looks like. It has 8 beautiful blush shades, and the lower line is all matte blushes and the top line is all glowy blushes. These are absolutely beautiful. You get some warm tones and you also get some cool tones, and this is a palette that will suit literally each and every skin tone. Next up, I have my Morphe blush trio in the shade Pop of Blush. This one is more of a lighter toned blush palette. This I would say is more suitable for light skin tones. It does not show up too much on me, but you can definitely build it up. It has a beautiful cool toned pink, a peach and a glowy peachy pink shade as well, and it looks beautiful nonetheless. You can build it up as much as you want to, and it just builds up beautifully. Next up, I have another blush trio from Morphe. This one is in the shade Pop of Fuchsia. This is a bit more deeper palette. This is suitable for medium to deeper skin tones. It has a beautiful cool tone fuchsia shade in the center. This is a beautiful berry pinky kind of a shade, and this again is a glowy berry-ish kind of a shade. Again, all the shades are absolutely beautiful. You can combine all the shades together, you can use them on their own, and it looks beautiful on the skin nonetheless. Next up, I have my Sleek Blush by 3 palette in the shade Lace 367. Now, Sleek is a UK based drugstore brand. You do not get Sleek in India, and this is what the palette looks like. This again is a beautiful warm tone palette. You get a beautiful peach, a beautiful orange, and again a glowy peachy shade in the center. The shades on this palette are absolutely beautiful. Just look at how stunning the shades are, and I mean these are suitable for all skin tones nonetheless. Next up from Sleek, I have the California 370 Blush by 3 palette. This one is a cream blush palette. You can see how much I have used it. These two are more my shades. The center one is a bit too light and a bit too glowy for my liking, but it's a beautiful palette. The formula is stunning. It just blends out like a dream. You can use it with your fingers and it will give you a stunning blush look. And the last palette that I have is the e.l.f. blush palette in the shade Dark. This is a quad and you get 4 blush shades in this. You get some really nice berries and a peach and a pink, and again it is super pigmented, suitable for all skin tones. You can tone it down, you can build it up, and it looks stunning on the face. The formula is absolutely beautiful. It feels so buttery when you rub your fingers in this, and again one of my absolute favorite blush palettes of all time. Now coming on to my cream blushes. The first one I have here is my Maybelline Master Flush Stick in the shade, what shade is this? Peach Babe. Now you have not seen this on my channel quite a lot, but this is a beautiful peachy pinky kind of a shade. It's quite a sheer blush and it just sheers out so beautifully with just your fingers. You can build it up as much as you want to. This is a perfect product for those no makeup days where you do not want to wear a lot of makeup. Just blend it out on your cheeks and it will give you a beautiful flush of color and it will just make you look like you're blushing from within. Next up I have this beautiful blush stick from Colourpop Cosmetics. This again is a beautiful peachy pinky kind of a shade. This too is quite a sheer formula. It just blends out into nothing. You have to build it up if you want more color out of it. This again is perfect for those no makeup days where you just want a light flush of color on your cheeks and it will give you that perfectly. Next up I have my e.l.f. Putty blush in the shade Turks and Caicos. This is what this shade looks like. This shade in particular is a bit more suitable for lighter skin tones. It's not super pigmented, but it is a stunning peachy pinky kind of a shade. You can definitely build it up as much as you want to and it builds up beautifully. You can blend it out with your fingers or a brush or a sponge and the formula on this is absolutely stunning. Next up I have these two shades of lip and cheek tints from Just Herbs. One is in the shade Soft Nude and the other one is in the shade Peachy Coral. I have shown you these on my channel quite a few times and I absolutely love the formula on these. This one is a bit of a harder formula. You have to warm it down with your fingers and then you can apply it to your eyes or your cheeks or your lips and these look absolutely beautiful. Next up I have these two blush shades from Ilana. These are the Dream blushes in the shade Flamingo Pink and Peachy Peach, and again the formula on these is absolutely beautiful. It is more of a gel-ish kind of a formula and blends out like a dream. They are super pigmented. You need a very tiny amount of this and again you can apply it on your lips or your cheeks. I did a full-on dedicated video to these blushes. I'll link it on the screen above if you haven't seen them already, and I absolutely am a fan of this formula from Ilana. Next up I have the K Beauty Creme blush in the shade, what is this? Cozy Coral. I have shown you this blush on my channel quite a few times before. It's a beautiful peachy coral kind of a shade. This one I would say is more suitable for lighter skin tones. You do get so many shade options in these and you can see how beautifully it just blends out into the skin. It gives you such a beautiful and a very natural looking flush of color, just like you're blushing from within, and I absolutely love this formula from K Beauty. Next up I have my Makeup Revolution Super Dewy Liquid Blush in the shade You Got Me Blushing. This is what it looks like. It again comes in a squeezy tube. This one is a super pigmented blush, you guys. You need a tiny dot and it just blends out beautifully all over your face and gives you such a stunning flush of color. As the name suggests, it's not a super dewy blush by any means. It will give you more of a soft matte finish and it just looks beautiful on the skin. Next up I have my Flower Beauty Blush Bomb in the shade Cinnamon. This is a beautiful glowy blush. The shade on this is a very stunning terracotta-ish kind of a shade, and just look at how beautiful this looks on the skin. It is a very nice neutral tone blush and it just blends out like a dream on the skin and looks absolutely stunning on all skin tones. Then second to last I have my Makeup Revolution Blush Bomb in the shade Dolly Rose. It's a beautiful Barbie pinkish kind of a shade. It's a super glowy blush. It just blends out like a dream, but it will give you a super glowy dewy finish. If you're a fan of that, you know, glass skin look, this is the blush that you can go for. It will give you a beautiful dewy finish and a very stunning looking flush of color from within. And the last cream liquid blush that I have to show you guys is my LA Girl Soft Matte Cream Blush in the shade Rosebud. This again is a super pigmented blush, you guys. Just a tiny dot. You can see it just blends out so beautifully. It gives you such a beautiful and a very natural looking flush of color. Again, suitable for all skin tones. Looks really nice and fresh and bright on the skin and just makes you look really beautiful and just like you're blushing from within. Now coming on to my powder blushes. These are all of the powder blushes that I have, starting from my most favorite blush of all time. This is my Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Mellow Wine. This is the older packaging. Now it looks like this. I have this one in the shade Nudist Society. Now Mellow Wine is a shade that is famous worldwide and for a good reason. It is such a beautiful neutral toned blush. Looks stunning on each and every skin tone. And this probably is the only blush that I've used so much on my channel. In the starting days of my channel, this probably was the only blush that I used to go to, and to date this is one of my most used blush, and I absolutely love this shade. The formula on this is so buttery, so creamy, just blends out like a dream. This is the shade Mellow Wine, and this is the shade Nudist Society. Nudist Society is a pretty light shade. I would say this is more suitable for lighter skin tones. This does not even show up much on my skin, but you can definitely build it up if you're looking for a very subtle hint of color. You can definitely go for this one, but Mellow Wine is my absolute favorite blush from this line. Next up, I have my Freedom London blush in the shade Rare. I showed you guys this one recently in my top 10 blushes for the summers video, and just look at how beautiful this shade is. It's such a beautiful fresh coral pinky kind of a shade. It looks so nice and bright on the skin. It gives life to your face once you apply it, and I absolutely love this shade from Freedom London. This one again I showed you guys in my top 10 blushes for the summers video. This is my Color Bar Cheek Illusion blush in the shade Coral Craving. Again, a very beautiful coral peachy kind of a shade. Just looks beautiful on all skin tones. It looks so nice and bright and fresh on the cheeks, and it will give you a flush of color that will make you look really nice and youthful. Next up, I have my Milani Rose Powder blush in the shade Spiced Rose. Now, just look at the pattern engraved on this blush. I mean, it is such a beautiful blush to even look at, and the formula on this is so creamy, it's so buttery. This is a beautiful terracotta-ish kind of a shade. I would say this is more suitable if you're wearing a nice Indian look. It is such a beautiful Indianish kind of a shade. The shade is beautiful, suitable for all skin tones. It has a hint of a glow. If you look up close, you get a subtle hue of golden in it, but does not look shimmery or glittery on the cheeks at all. It gives you such a beautiful glowing from within kind of a look, and I absolutely love this blush formula from Milani. Next up, again one of my absolute favorites of all time. This is the Flower Beauty Flower Pots Powder blush in the shade Sweet Pea. It's a beautiful cool toned pink shade, again more suitable for light to medium skin tones, but it looks so nice and fresh on the face. It just gives life to your skin once you blend it out, and I absolutely love this shade, especially for the summers. Next up, I have my Essence Matte blush in the shade Berry Me Up. As the name suggests, it's a beautiful berry toned blush. Just look at that beautiful formula. It's so buttery, so creamy, and this shade is a stunning berry pinkish kind of a shade, again suitable for all skin tones and looks beautiful with just any kind of a makeup look. So these are the last few blushes that I have left. This one is my Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Matte blush in the shade Yes She Did. Now mine is a bit dried out, so it won't swatch very well. You have to rub your finger really hard to get any pigmentation out of it, but it's a beautiful berry pinky kind of a shade. Again, it looks beautiful on a no makeup day as well. It just blends out so beautifully and looks one with your skin, just like you're blushing from within, and it's a beautiful formula nonetheless. Next up, I have my Physicians Formula Butter blush in the shade Mauve Matte. Just look at that packaging, just look at the pattern engraved in the blush. It is so beautiful. It comes with a full-size mirror and a brush to it as well, and you can swirl your brush in all the shades together and apply it together on the skin. It's a matte blush, but it does not look flat on the skin. It gives you a beautiful, natural looking flush of color, and I just love this shade on me. It's more of a cooler toned blush, but looks beautiful nonetheless. Next up, I have my e.l.f. Bite Size Blush Duo in the shade Spiced Apple. Now it has two products in it. One is a blush, and this one is supposed to be a highlighter, but it is too deep for my skin tone to use as a highlighter, so I use it more as a blush topper, and they go really beautifully together. Just look at that blush and that topper, and these look beautiful on the skin. It's a very nice formula, and it's a super inexpensive blush, and for the price that you pay for it, this is a beautiful product. Next up, I have my Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade Wine, and this line of blushes from Maybelline is cult classic throughout the world, and it is for a good reason. It's a beautiful formula. You can see it's a beautiful glowy blush, again a very beautiful berry pink kind of a shade, and suitable for all skin tones nonetheless, and it just looks beautiful with any kind of a makeup look, and I absolutely love this blush from Maybelline. These are the last 5 blushes that we have left. Let's finish them up quickly. This one is my Makeup Revolution blusher reloaded in the shade Rose Kiss. Again, a beautiful bright rosy pink kind of a shade, very soft a formula, and just feels so buttery. It's a super pigmented blush, guys, so you need to keep a really light hand with this, otherwise you can very easily go overboard. So keep a really light hand and it will look absolutely beautiful on all skin tones. This one is my L'Oreal Le Bar, a blush in the shade Be Fierce. This one comes with a full-size mirror and a brush to it as well, and again a very creamy, very buttery formula, but again a super pigmented one. The shade on this is a beautiful terracotta-ish kind of a shade. You need to keep a very light hand with this, otherwise it will give you a clown-faced look. If you are somebody with a light to a medium skin tone, go for a shade lighter than this, but this one is more suitable for medium to deeper skin tone, and it looks absolutely stunning. This one is my e.l.f. primer infused blush in the shade Always Rosy. As the name suggests, it's a beautiful rosy pink kind of a shade. This again is a matte blush but looks beautiful on the skin, very creamy and a buttery formula, and just blends out like a dream. It looks stunning on all skin tones, and I absolutely love this blush from e.l.f. And the last 2 blushes that I have left are both from K-Beauty. These are the K-Beauty matte blushes in the shades Soft Nude and Sweet Salmon. Soft Nude is a beautiful neutral tone blush, perfect for an everyday basis. You can wear it with just anything when you have nothing else in mind. This is the blush that you can go to and will look absolutely beautiful nonetheless. And Sweet Salmon is more of a peachy pinky kind of a shade, looks beautiful, very bright, and you know, makes you look really nice and fresh. And I just love the blush formula from K-Beauty. And well, that is it, guys. These were all of my drugstore blushes that I've shown you guys in today's video. Next up, I'll be showing you guys all of my drugstore bronzers and highlighters, and my base makeup from the drugstore, just everything from the drugstore first, and then I'll be going in with my high-end makeup. I hope you guys enjoy watching my videos. If you do, please like and share my videos, and do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.